I can't wait another 2 minutes. I can't wait. I'm not going to wait another 2 minutes. I was supposed to go 145. It's 143. We're going to do it. We're going to do it now. Jeff Passan has reported that it's official. The Cubs have traded for Kyle Tucker. John Heyman was all over it. Rosenthal was all over it. I don't believe the return is official just yet. I'm refreshing Twitter, but I believe the return will be Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, and Hayden Wisniewski, which is exactly what we thought it would probably be. I think I said Wicks instead of Wisniewski, same type of thing. And here we go, man. This is what this team needed. I'm going to give it a minute for everybody to come in before I do my thing, but the Cubs have taken their big swing on Kyle Tucker. He is a superstar. The Cubs odds, you will see now on FanDuel, they're going to start to shorten a bit. Maybe I had a friend of mine just text me that they're already down to even to win the NL Central. This guy is going to make this team very, very competitive again. And look, I'll say it like this. For everybody that wants to know, for everybody that wants to ask, who didn't watch our episode this morning, I'll regurgitate the same information that I said this morning. Yeah, there's a lot of risk involved in this. Yeah, sure. 1 year, Cam Smith could be really good. He could be the second coming of Nolan Arenado. So what? This is why you rebuild your team. This is why you add prospect capital. You don't add prospect capital because you think every single prospect's going to come out and be great. You add prospect capital so when you have an opportunity like this, boom, you could pounce and go get the guy that you need to get. It's been far too long as a fan base that we've had this opportunity to go take a big swing. Look what the Padres do every year. They trade for Juan Soto, then they trade Juan Soto. They trade for Dylan Cease. This offseason, they may trade Dylan Cease. You're always moving chips around because every year is precious, and you're the Chicago Cubs, and it's time to go win. This is a move for the Chicago Cubs in 2025 to win the National League Central. I'm tired of losing to the Brewers. It's embarrassing. I'm tired of the Brewers trading Corbin Burns, Josh Hader, Devin Williams, Craig Counsell, the president of baseball operations, and still winning every year. It's time to flip the script. Would Jed have made this move? Would Jed have made this move if he wasn't in a walk year? That's a phenomenal question that we'll never know the answer to, but I wish I could. I don't know. But the bottom line is this. You just got better today. You are now a threat. You have Kyle Tucker and Seiya Suzuki in the middle of your lineup. You have young, exciting players like PCA and Matt Shaw. You have stabilizers like Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson, but you're still missing pieces. You're still missing pieces. And guess what? The Cubs ain't done, folks. They're not done. I'm refreshing Twitter. Please, somebody, if news breaks, let me know, because I think this Bellinger trade is going to follow. And then when the Bellinger trade follows, I'm now hearing the Cubs are talking to the Phillies about certain moves. The Cubs still need to acquire another starter. The Cubs still, might not get a reliever. It's time to win now. It's time to win. The best part about getting a guy like Kyle Tucker is now you're forced to go all in for 2025 because you might only have him for 1 year. So you're not going to leave any holes now unfilled. You're going to go figure out a way to get a third baseman. You're going to go figure out a way to make the bullpen better. You're going to go figure out a way to get another starting pitcher. And by the way, if the Bellinger trade goes well and you only have to eat about 5, 6, 7 million of that, you're actually going to have more money than you thought going into the offseason. So all the possibilities are open right now. This is one of the best days in show history. I would say it's probably right behind the day they got Craig Counsell. Maybe Christopher Morel's walk-off in 2023 against the Sox when I thought this was a playoff team that year. This is phenomenal stuff. So I'm going to let everybody continue to tune in. 810 people at 1:45 on a Friday live with us right now. Just shows how hungry this organization is for a winner and how hungry they are for a superstar. And I got to tell you, folks, I got to tell you guys this. One thing that I don't think people are talking about with this trade is that Kyle Tucker, King Tuck can come in and take over the city. Have you watched the Bears lately? Have you watched the Bulls lately? Me neither. Have you watched the Blackhawks lately? Me neither. Have you watched the White Sox lately? This city is there for the taking. Maybe he comes in here and goes, man, I love it here. Let's figure out a way to get something done. I want to stay. Of course, it's going to take Tom Ricketts to actually extend himself and pay Kyle Tucker. And I don't really want to go too far in that and talk about, because I'm just tired of always talking about what could go wrong. You can't live life like that. Anything could go wrong. But maybe he loves it here. The Cubs haven't had a left-handed hitter hit 40 home runs since 1970. Maybe he's that guy. We haven't had a real superstar since 2016, Chris Bryant. He's going to be that guy, I believe. So there's so many different elements of this trade. And let's just go. And I want to say Matt right now, obviously doing his thing in school. We'll do something tonight too. We'll have like an official. This is just me scattering, just blobbing information at you. We'll have a nice organized episode tonight, recapping all this and maybe recapping a Bellinger trade if that happens. But let's talk in the details about the trade. Okay. Isaac Paredes goes to Houston. I think Isaac Paredes is going to be awesome in Houston, but he wasn't going to be awesome here. It wasn't a good fit for him. And congrats and kudos to Jed for admitting a loss on that. It didn't make sense. It never felt like Isaac Paredes wanted to even be here. His style of hitting is not conducive to 353-foot corners. His style is to go hit in the Crawford boxes. So if he hits 30 and drives in 100 next year, that wasn't going to happen in Wrigley. Okay? Cam Smith. That's going to be the big talking point in the trade. I talked about it this morning. You got to give something to get something. Do I think that kid has a chance to be great? Absolutely. Does he have just as good of a chance to be great as he does maybe play 1 or 2 years in the big leagues? Yeah, he's a prospect. He's barely played in Double-A. Some of the guys that cover the Cubs that are awesome with the prospect stuff have said, yeah, like he's a great ceiling guy, but not for 1 year of Kyle Tucker. You got to make that move. You got to go for it. And then Hayden Wesneski, look, with all due respect, it was time. If Houston can unlock something in him that we couldn't, God bless them. I was ready to move on from Wesneski. I think I made that clear. For the first time in show history, we have 1,000 people with us live. Pretty cool stuff. So this was the move. And if you're scared about giving up a Cam Smith because he might be great and Kyle Tucker may only be here for 1 year, you have the right to feel that way. But look at this. Look how excited we are, guys. This is what a star brings to the table. This is what happens when you have a guy in the middle of the lineup where the Los Angeles Dodgers actually have to lose sleep game planning for, instead of going, all right, well, we know if we throw right on right changes to Dansby, we'll get him out. And, all right, Suzuki, if we could just get ahead of him, it's like we got a real star in the building. And the Cardinals are in rebuild mode. I respect Tito Francona, so I'm not going to count the Reds out. I don't think Pittsburgh's a threat. It's us and the Brewers, and we just got a star player. And if we can't now beat the Brewers with this guy, and we're going to make a lot more moves, then Tom will have to look at it and just say, Jed, there's something fundamentally wrong with this organization because they just keep beating us. There's something going on there. But this is what we want. This is a jersey. Go get your Kyle Tucker jersey. Let's confirm what number he's going to wear. Go get your jersey. Let's go put him on the billboard. Okay. I don't want to see anybody else on the billboard besides Kyle Tucker. All right. And what do you expect from Kyle Tucker? I'll tell you it right now. If we get a healthy Kyle Tucker, if we can get him 145, 150 games, and there's no evidence that his injury last year is going to cause any problems this year, here are the numbers you could expect. A batting average between 280 and 300, between 30 and 40 home runs, close to, if not more than 100 RBIs. And keep in mind, Kyle Tucker's in a walk year himself, so he's going to want to do everything he can to get paid. So I expect him to start stealing bases again. Maybe he's in that 25, 30 stolen base range. The OPS should be around 900, maybe even higher. This is the guy you have been waiting for. This is the guy we have been waiting for. It is now National League Central Championship or bust in 2025. The Cubs are now the favorites to win this division in 2025, which is exactly what this trade needed to accomplish and this offseason needed to accomplish. So let me take a breath now. Let's talk about what's next for a little bit. I'm going to be on for probably about 5-10 more minutes. And then everybody, we're going to do a nice show tonight to get everybody organized and get my thoughts. Cause my mind's moving 100 miles an hour. I haven't even eaten lunch yet. I'm overwhelmed. I'm sweating. Take a drink real quick. So what's next? I don't want to report anything. I'm just hearing a lot of Jed's not done. They're going for it now. They're going for it. They know they need a win. So the next logical thing would be Cody to the Yankees. Maybe that's a 3-team deal because now the Cubs do have a hole at third base. Could Matt Shaw potentially fill that hole? Absolutely he could. Absolutely he could. But maybe they want him at second base. Maybe they trade Nico Hoerner. So the Cubs have money. They can go out and get a free agent third baseman. Maybe they make another trade. The whole reason in 2021 you trade away the core, the whole reason you make these type of trades to build your farm system is so you're in the position to do this. The Cubs still have a unanimous top 10 farm system. They still have 6 or 7 guys in the top 100 after losing Cam Smith. Matt Shaw is one of the best prospects in baseball. I almost think he's undervalued. Don't forget about Owen Casey. Don't forget about Cade Horton. Don't forget about Triantos. He's still in the farm system. Don't forget about Ben Brown. Don't forget about Jefferson Rojas. Don't forget there's a lot of guys that this farm system still has. And so they have room to go acquire guys. I personally would love to see the Cubs take a swing in free agency just because it'd be nice to see the owner spend a little money because Jed deserves some credit for pulling this off. I'd like to go fill one of these holes in free agency. Maybe that's Jack Flaherty. Maybe that's one of the free agent third basemen. The Nico Hoerner thing is still very interesting. Maybe the Yankees want him and Cody Bellinger. There's a lot right now. I guess what I'm trying to say is the Cubs are far from done. It's going to be a wild weekend. All my plans have been canceled. The only thing I would like to not have to do is do a video between 4:30 and 6:30 when the Illini host the number 1 team in the country. But if I have to, I will because the Cubs take priority. And I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited. And let me say this. I want to say a couple more things. I'm not just excited because I have a podcast, okay? That's not me. If you know me, that's not who I am. I care about winning. I just want to win. I'm not, oh my gosh, we got Kyle Tucker, so we get more views. I would never do that to you guys. I would never be disingenuous like that. I'm excited because I'm a fan and I want something to look forward to in sports. I want something to look forward to. My teams, I'm a diehard Lionel Messi fan. He doesn't play anymore, really. I'm a diehard Bears fan. The NBA is a snore fest. Now I have 162 dates in spring and summer that I can get excited for. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really excited until this happened. I really wasn't. I was just like, man, we're just going to run this back. It's not that exciting. Sure, I'll get up for Owen Casey. I'll get up for Matt Shaw, but I wanted a hub. I wanted a guy to build around. And I just wanted to say this too. I want to publicly, since we have 1,200 people on here right now, I want to give credit to my podcast partner because I wanted a hub. I wanted a guy to get excited about. And about a month and a half ago, Matt tossed around Kyle Tucker on this show. He tossed it around privately to me, and we both agreed that would absolutely be the guy. And we had no evidence that was actually going to happen, but it made sense on paper, and here we go. So credit him for bringing that up because he was the first person I have heard to bring Kyle Tucker to the Cubs. That was a month and a half ago. And I was, we'll play that at some point. We'll get like a clip because when I heard that name, I was sitting in this very spot and Matt goes, well, Kyle Tucker. And I popped up and I said, if Jed wants to save his job, that's the guy to go get. And so credit to him. And what an amazing day to be a Cubs fan. And the best part is I'm going to go have some lunch. I got to actually do my job, my day job. I got to get back to work, but I'm just going to be refreshing Twitter all day. Who knows what could happen? I'm hearing Alec Boehm's name. I saw something about Castellanos. We got Bellinger. Don't forget Nico Horner. The best part of this trade, and I'll say it again, besides getting a superstar, is now the team is forced to win. So now you don't leave any holes that are unfilled and you go get guys. So it is going to be an absolute awesome weekend, awesome offseason. We got our holiday party on Tuesday night, and now we have something to celebrate. We have something to talk about, something to celebrate instead of talking about, well, Casey might be good, and I really like Sean. Hey, maybe we'll get a breakout year from Ian. Well, no, we got a superstar now. And Seiya Suzuki now. What happens with him? Does he become that guy? Does he take that step from being a very good hitter, 840, 850 OPS guy? Now he hits in front of Kyle Tucker or behind Kyle Tucker. Does he become a 900 OPS guy? Mr. Matt Cozy just tweeted, I'm stuck in class right now. We just shouted you out, Matt. You're right here. I would hit Suzuki second, Kyle Tucker third. That would be my instinct. Let Suzuki when he gets ahead 2-0, 3-1, they don't want to face Tucker, so let him get those fastballs. That would be my instinct. Who slots behind Kyle Tucker? We'll see. That might be a guy that's not on the Cubs yet. Maybe it's Pete Alonso. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Alec Boehm. Who knows? But this is awesome stuff. And it's just, Matt says this sometimes too, like, it's about winning championships. That's the ultimate goal. But in baseball, it's a little different because, like, the Dodgers were one game away last year from getting eliminated. You never know what could happen. What it's really about, number one, is putting yourself in a position every year to win a championship. And it's also about being excited. Like, I can't wait. Like, I'm already thinking about going to Wrigley Field. I never think about going to Wrigley Field this early. I went to like 5-6 games last year, and a couple of those because I had to go because they were for friends' parties and stuff. Like, this just brings everybody together. There's 1,300 people right now in this queue because people have been waiting for this. It's got nothing to do with us. It's because people want Kyle Tucker. They want to talk about that. Don't forget too, if I'm Roki Sasaki, and I see, all right, Cubs just went and got Kyle Tucker. I got Seiya there already. They seem to be pretty aggressive. When now, got Imanaga. I could talk. Like, there's a lot of possibilities right now. And I just want to say this. It's 2:00 Central Time. I'm going to end it after this. Congratulations to Jed Hoyer. This may not work out. And if it doesn't work out and the Cubs are bad, he may lose his job. But I congratulate you, Jed, for taking a big swing. And if you're going to go out like a champion. Go out. Who wants to go out with another 83-win team? You're the one that rebuilt this farm system. You're the one that has a right to trade guys from this farm system to go out and win now. So congratulations to Jed. Way to take a big swing. I'm sure you're happy today. I know you probably got a lot more left to do. This was the move. The time to win is now. 2025, the Chicago Cubs need and will be favored to win the National League Central. This is awesome. I'm excited about it. As you could tell, we'll be back tonight. I'll have a time, everything like this, with a nice organized episode so I could collect my thoughts. The Chicago Cubs have acquired superstar bat Kyle Tucker for Isaac Paredes, prospect Cam Smith, and Hayden Wisniewski. There's more to come. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy, celebrate today because the Cubs are relevant again. Let's go.